Welcome back. Wonderful conversation with our brother Eric. Eric, now we're gonna go deeper.
Okay.
Way deeper. Are
ready.
you ready for that?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Well, first let's talk about social media.
Yes.
You know, social media is another platform right now. You know, it's not enough to stay on air. It's not enough to do a report. You also have to stay connected with your fans
I wish I had
on
my phone.
social
We
media.
take a selfie.
Right. So, and you also share so many pictures, videos of yours, your family, with your fans. Tell me your perspective when it comes to social media.
Well, you have to stay engaged, right? It's another opportunity for people to communicate with you. One of the things we like to do in the mornings is we hold running conversations with viewers. And in the past, we'd love it when people tuned in and watched, but there's still a disconnect, right? There's a television and you're in your house and there's no way for me to communicate with you and vice versa. Social media changes all that. And so we talk with viewers on a daily basis. I encourage them to engage with us. But in the same breath, you've got to be careful because your primary duty is still anchoring these shows. Your primary duty is making sure you're getting the facts right. And so you've got to walk that line of being engaged in social media and making sure you're taking care of the things that are most important too.
But the most important thing is you take into consideration the comments, the remark, the critics, because you feel that, okay, we have to change certain things based on what they say.
Sometimes, I mean, you have to take every piece of criticism in its own way. You know, some constructive criticism, all criticism I'm happy to listen to, whether or not it's constructive or not. And I encourage young people in this business, embrace that criticism, right? But you can't weigh it all with the same level of importance. And so you figure out the most important things. If people have legitimate complaints about a coverage, if they have legitimate complaints about the framing of a story, then you need to listen to what they have to say. Understanding criticism, understanding viewer voices is essential to what we do. And so I encourage that sort of feedback constantly. The moment you stop wanting feedback, I think you've started to get into your head that you're doing it right all the time, and none of us do it right all the time.
Oh, yeah. Which brings me to that next question for our students and you know, people in the community wanting to be a TV personality.
Sure.
Would you suggest that it is important to have a thick skin
to
make sure that you're not taking things too serious or too personal all the time?
You have to, and I think that goes back to weighing the criticism, right? You know, someone criticizes you on the tie that you're wearing that day. You don't take that with the same level of importance as someone saying you were wrong on this story. And so maybe next time you rethink wearing that tie, and that's okay, but you always have to be right on the story. And so I think one thing for young journalists, I would say, is embrace that criticism, but know how to filter it so that the most important things hit you and force you to re-engage in what you're doing. And the other stuff, look, there's always going to be, you can't satisfy everybody all the time, right? That shouldn't be our goal. And so once you realize that you are making sure you are addressing the most important stuff first, then you can handle some of the other criticisms that come your way.
Wow. As you know, I'm Haitian.
Yes.
We have to talk about the Haitian community.
Let's do it.
What do you know about the Haitian community of South Florida and also Haiti as a whole?
I know it is a beautiful country that is in desperate need of a lot of help and has a long, incredible future ahead, and has a community here that is passionate about seeing that happen. I've loved watching Calvin's reports, as sad as they are sometimes. And it's a country going through some economic and political turmoil as well. And so for all of us here in South Florida, Haiti's growth and development and emergence is critically important. And I think something we all want to see. It is a place I've never been, but is absolutely at the top of my list to go. That is a community I want to get my eyes on and get a heart for. You know, it's one thing to see the pictures coming through your television screen. It's another thing to walk some of the streets and really experience what people that are going through. And there is a vibrant, successful community of Haitians here in South Florida that really carry the banner for what being Haitian means. And so it is one of my favorite communities here. The food is fantastic. We've got some really, really good Haitian employees who like to school me in the art. And so those are the wonderful things about being here.
My mother, Sam, and every crew here, Haitian crew, would say, well, you passed the test on that question. Right, absolutely. Let's talk about joy. What makes you happy besides marriage and your kids, your family, obviously, right?
Man, that's a good question. Outside of marriage, kids, and family, and making sure you are doing your job to the best of your ability every day, you know, I think as you grow, you start to change your perspective on the things that are most important, right? It's not just the chase for fame. It's not just the chase for finances. It's the chase for peace. Yeah. And finding the things that really measure you at the end of the day. You can have a tough day here and you walk in that house and you got 4 little ones tackling you and punching you in the side and jumping on you. Those things matter. And you walk in the house and you see, you know, your wife who loves and cares about you. Those are the things that really drive you every day. You know, so I'm a man of faith. My faith helps guide that process, helps keep me in line to what is critically important. And those are the things that bring me joy. I've really learned to embrace the small joys in life. You step back and you have health and you have opportunity. And if those things maintain, then you're in a very blessed position.
Well, I think you answered the question of what are the 5 most important things for you in life. So you already mentioned that family, faith, you know. So I guess you go through that. I will skip to yeah, absolutely. Now, what is your ultimate goal? You know, you're here at Local 10 and you're always dreaming, right? As you say, you have to dream in the TV business. What are your dreams?
To make sure that every day you serve this community better. And I think when you get to a city like this and a place like this and a station like this, you say, where would you want to go? Anywhere. And so for me, my goals are to dig deeper into this community, tell better stories about what impact this community. You know, we have a Local 10 have a great legacy of telling the kind of stories, not just that move people, but also can initiate critical change. And so finding some of those opportunities and those stories to initiate change for the better here in South Florida is a very important thing. And so that's amongst my goals, to really engage in the community better. I need to work on my Spanish language. I need to work on my Creole a little better as well. And, you know, but again, I think all of that goes back into the process of emerging and engaging, right? One of my favorite Muhammad Ali quotes, and we covered his passing last year, was talking about, you know, if you see the world the same at 20 as at 50, you've missed 30 years of opportunity. And so, you know, every day to find the way in which I can see the world a little differently and a little better is one of my goals.
Eric, I don't want to end the interview before asking you the last question as a piece of advice to any student seeking to be in TV, film, or as a reporter, anchor. What is it you would share with them?
Keep working. You're going to run into situations that are difficult. You're going to run into people who you think should be supportive, who will be critical, who are going to tell you you can't do it. And all that is okay as long as you put it in the proper place. Keep digging for the truth. Don't give up. Don't let the low-paying first job and the all those other situations distract you from what your goal is. If your goal is to be a journalist and your goal is to tell important stories, stay after it. Stay after it. And it is plausible. Now, don't do it while I'm still working. Don't get so good that you come after you know. Wait a few years.
With the challenge,
let me get the kids through college first.
Please.
Right, exactly. But keep going. You know, we need more journalists. We need more good journalists, ones who are seeking the truth and seeking what happens, and will do that to the best of their ability in an unfiltered, straightforward way that can give people the information they need to make critical decisions in their lives. We need that.
It's been a pleasure, truly an honor to have you on set, Eric. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it so much. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you to you. And thank you to you as well for watching. I'm James Pierre. We'll see you next time.